open that back up. Man, that's not good. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Bring some light from the bunk to the front. Alright. So y'all see the bed is still up on top. There's no mattress in there. It's just a holder for the bed. Oh, wow. Okay, so give y'all caught up on where I'm at. I'm in Wisconsin right now. I don't even know where I'm at in Wisconsin. I'm going to be delivering a load to Cisco, I think. Is it Clearwater? No, that's Minnesota. That was where I fuel. I don't know right now. I'm so tired. Oh, no, hold on. I can paperwork. Hold on, y'all. I know where I'm at. Jackson, Wisconsin. I'm not that far from Jackson. I'm about maybe an hour and change out. So the load was actually supposed to deliver this morning at 10 o'clock. And I had a lot of things happen. One, my prior load for Fred Meyer slowed me down. And then the way that my company does the hours. So let's talk about e-logs real quick. And hopefully this video ain't gonna be too long because I'm uploading from the phone. So with the old school paper logs, how I used to do it, and I think most truckers did it, was you went, if you got to a shipper or the con, you put yourself on duty, and I used to log like 10-15 minutes, and then I put myself off duty, because if you log longer, it eats away from your drive clock. Well, the company I'm with, I guess they sent a message saying you got to correct your logs if you do that, your e-logs, and you got to put yourself on duty because you're at the customer waiting to be loaded, so they consider that work time. Now, I don't know, because I think I'm going to try sleeper berth, because a lot of times you wait and you just get in the sleeper and go to sleep while they're deciding on what the hell they're going to do, if they're going to load you, not load you, whatever. So what I may end up doing is try a sleeper berth next time, because they automatically send me a message, and it has killed my logs, so kill my time. That's not the one reason running behind, although it's a factor. The number one reason I was running behind is there is so much freaking construction between, where'd I pull this load out of? I pulled the load out of, was that Washington State? It was Washington State. And this load came from Washington State. It's like a 1,777 mile run, which I love long runs. So I gotta work at doing those better, and I'm gonna try to figure the logs out differently. There's one of the driver managers. I'm gonna reach out to him, because I actually talked to him, and he told me, I guess he's helped people with how to do the e-logs better, so that you don't kill your time, because the way the company has it, I have to log on duty and it eats up my drive time. So I would have been in there yesterday. I'd have been to the customer probably yesterday or this morning had I had a full 10.5 available to me, but I only had like 5 or 6 hours available. So then this morning I got up, I had to fuel, and once I fueled, then I started running. Well, the problem is I had to wait for hours to come back. So you have to wait, whatever terminal you're based out of. I'm based out of California, so I had to wait for all my hours to come back. And then on top of that, like I said, had I probably, and I really believe, had I not run into the amount of construction, and I also had a lot of mountain driving, had I not run into the amount of construction, mountain driving is one thing, that is an issue, but it's not the number one issue, that freaking construction, then I would have been probably on time. I would have been like, I would have squeezed right in. But, and I told it, when one of the driver managers reached, a planner of driver manager reached out, he said, when are you going to, I said, I will be in there. If I have 10.5 each day, I will be in there on Monday. The thing was, I knew when I got up this morning, I looked at everything, I'm like, I'm not going to get there until between 12 and 2. There's no way in hell I'm going to get there any earlier. And then while I was driving in, they sent me a message telling me that the load had been rescheduled for the 25th at 9:30. So, yeah, so I sent a message home. We'll see. It could be considered a failed delivery. I don't know. I'm not, I don't stress out. I do the best I can. I just started back into this, and I'll probably look at this differently. I really need to figure out that, And like I said, the construction, I haven't driven this terrain in a long time. I used to drive it when I was with Conway to go up to BC, but they didn't have nearly the amount of construction I'm seeing on that highway. I mean, there's like, and what gets me, you'll be driving and then go 25 miles, 35, 45 miles a freaking hour, and nobody's working on nothing. The freeway's not being worked on. They just got these little cones. They didn't even tore up on the other side. And they'll turn it into a 2-lane, like 1 lane this way, 1 lane this way. And then yesterday, I damn near ran out of hours. I had to park in some other companies, like little hole-in-the-wall trucking companies' lot, because I was almost out of hours sitting on the freeway. We were sitting in a construction zone. Everything came to a dead stop. And as I just gradually crawled, I finally said, I'm going to take this exit ramp. And I was looking around for like a dirt lot or something to park in. And I looked to the right and I saw a little company that had a bunch of flatbeds. And behind there was some construction and it was a dirt lot. I went down a little dirt road, got in there, backed it in. And some people came, but nobody bothered me or said anything to me. And I just backed the truck in and just stayed there for the night until my hours came back this morning. Yeah. So it's been it's not been too bad. All my other loads have been on time, so I'm not really worried about that. Right now I've got the truck clean, trying to get it organized. I finally picked up a cooler just now since I had the load. They rescheduled the load. I stopped at a Petro here in Wisconsin. I've been to this Petro before, and I finally found a cooler because I didn't have anything to have food in. So I got the cooler, took a shower, washed some clothes. Tomorrow I'll get up early. I'm gonna leave out of here. Like I said, I'm just under 2 hours to the, if that. I think it's because it's saying 1.7 hours on the GPS, and I think it's really telling me that because I'm gonna have a lot of state highways I gotta go down to get to the company. So to Cisco, so I'm gonna go the state highways, and I'm gonna probably leave out about an hour and a half to 2 hours early, and then hope they have parking. I'm gonna see if I can Google map it, because like Coca-Cola, I did Coca-Cola the other day. If any of you guys are trucking and you do Coca-Cola and they let you in where their vending machines are, whole crap, all their sodas and stuff are dirt freaking cheap. Their energy drinks, I was like, oh my god, if I had a cooler I would have loaded up, but I didn't have a cooler, so I didn't get as much stuff. I got a few things, but man, 50 cents, 25 cents, like Coke, and I'm a Coke fan anyway. I'm like, oh, and I'm not a huge soda person, but Coke is my favorite soda when I do soda. And I like Coke products, so they have like they do Powerade. I do a lot of Powerade, especially the diet Powerade, sugar free. Woo. But anyway, I just checking in, and shout out to I think his name is Will. I met Will at where'd I meet you at? Me and Trucker Bill had a chance to talk to him a few days ago when I was in Oregon, and he's thinking about coming into trucking. I met him across from the hotel that I stayed at when I was going through orientation to come back in, and he works for Waffle House. And so he had, for whatever reason, a conversation got sparked in the parking lot. We talked for a few minutes, and I gave him a number, said, hey, feel free to contact me. And then he found the YouTube channel because he lost my number, but he found me on YouTube, and he said, hey, I don't know if you remember me, and I did. So me and Trucker Bill had the pleasure of really just having a conference call with him, and hopefully Bill says some things. I'm going to be checking back in with him and seeing where things are at. And Bill says some things that, as far as family going on. And I've had other people reach out to me. I'm gonna talk about something really, really quick here. For those of you, and I know there's a lot of young people, and like I said, I'm almost 50. I'm 49. I turned 49 in June, and late June. And so for those of you who are young people, or even my age, and you are smoking stuff, and you want to come into this industry, it used to be that you could just piss in a cup and go your way. And there's a few companies that still do it. The company I'm at, they did. But with some recent changes that are going on within the company, they're in an alignment, so to speak. They're now aligning with some of the new managerial things that are happening. And so they're doing hair follicle tests. I've never smoked. I don't do any drugs other than what's prescribed for me. That's just always been my thing. I don't smoke anything. I don't, other than what's prescribed. And I think I drink on occasion. I'm not even a heavy drinker. I mean, if I go out with a friend, like a glass of wine, I'm not a major drinker. And with age, that also should be changing anyway, because your body doesn't handle stuff the way it did when you were younger. But for those of you who want to get into this industry and you might be smoking stuff or doing stuff, you see if this helps out too. It's a little bit better. You might be smoking stuff, you might be doing stuff. You really got to make a decision on what's important to you. And you need to make a decision on, is smoking and being, feeling whatever y'all feel when you smoke, is that the most important and critical thing in your life? And I know there's people that they live by it. That's their thing. They love it. They love the sensation. They love the feeling, and that's what they do. And if that's that's your goal in life, give it all you got. My aunt has a saying. She's a school teacher. If you want to fail, give it all you got. If you want to succeed, give it all you got. And whatever you do, give it all you got. But I really think that there's a point, and I'm going to say this, of maturity, where you have to look and see what is really important in this life. And, I understand people experimented. I never did. I really did. I didn't drink until I turned 21. That's honesty. I just didn't grow up that way, and it was just something that just who I am as a person. There's a point, though, of maturity that if you are doing that stuff because you did it in high school, whatever, but there's a point where you become an adult and you become grown and you may have a family. You may want to change your life. You might be single, but you want your finances to be different. You want things to be different. To do different, to get different, you got to do different. That's the best way I can say it. So to be better, you got to do better. And so to do that, you guys, you got to let that stuff go. You just can't. And then later on, when you're trying to change your life, it becomes a detriment because now, you might have to wait 6 months to a year to apply for certain companies because they just popped the hair out of your head and you done did everything under the sun. There are still trucking companies that do just a piss test. You're going to have to, research that out. But I'm just, I'm telling you guys, if you're looking to come in the industry, anything, even if you're going to transportation, into like railroad, you guys are going to have to go through some testing. When I get back up to Oregon, I'm going to do a better interview, a bigger interview. Bill came by, helped me out, as y'all saw him in some of the previous smaller videos. I'm also going to put a video up here where I was at Jubit's in Oregon, which is one of my favorite truck stops. I have several favorite truck stops. Portland, Oregon, Jubit's, Texas Smokehouse, I think, is one of my other favorite ones. Iowa 80, obviously. Oak Grove is another one. I'm trying to think. There was one up on the East Coast, and I don't even know if it's still there. It old school, and I just discovered it by happenstance back when I was working for Conway. And they used to have an outside trucking drive-up movie theater, and it was really interesting. And all I remember, somewhere I think like Pennsylvania or New York State, somewhere like, it was one major East Coast area. I want to say Pennsylvania. I don't know why Pennsylvania is sticking out to me. And like John Hancock or something like that. It was something kind of named behind that, very much into the political times of the history of America. And it was really nice little truck stop, very nice. People were very friendly, clean showers. My other one is Little Americas. I love Little Americas. I used to love Rip Griffin's in Lubbock. That's where I would stay when I went and saw my dad. Any Little America. Oh, and there was another one. There's one in Oregon, Sapp Brothers. I like any Sapp Brothers. All the Sapp Brothers always very, very clean. So, big Sapp Brothers. I'm an old school trucking. I know some people like Pilots and Loves. I'm okay on them, but usually their lots are small. It's all just fast food. Just like right now, I went ahead and I got out the truck. I got my laundry done. I got a shower. And then I went and sat down and had a meal. And every so often I think that you need to be human and not be crazy in this truck. You need to get out the truck and go have a meal. And, just salad bar, steak, what else did I have? And some mashed potatoes and diet drink. And, did that. And then I went over to the shop and I found a cooler. And so, yeah. But anyway, and then my truck has to go for a B service, which is like your oil change. And then I'm also seeing about that filter being changed because I noticed the fuel filter is starting to fill up. So they say that once it starts filling, it gets to a certain level, it needs to be changed out. And you can tell it's dirty. I got to have that done because they're going to put me on a hold if I don't get it done. So after I drop this load tomorrow, I got to call the maintenance department and find out where I can go in this area. Matter of fact, that's what I'm going to do next because I looked in our book, and I think we do have a terminal here in Wisconsin, but I don't know how far it is from where I'm at. And I got to see if I have permission to drive that far. Anyway, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. That's it. So, yeah, I'm gonna make a call here, and I'm gonna talk to my driver manager here real quick. Anyway, peace.